Let's cut the open cup.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Open Cup Podcast.
Why? That's not funny. Why are you laughing at that?
I don't know. I got to shake some dust off. It's been a while.
Yeah, for sure. You're Kory.
I'm Kory. You're Craig.
Yep. This is season 2, episode 1. We've had a bit of a break.
Yes, it was an eventful couple of months.
Yeah, for you.
I had a kid. Well, I didn't.
Yeah,
I
you
was
did.
there.
Yeah.
My wife had a kid. It's mine.
Thank goodness. Yeah.
He's mine. His name's August. We call him Gus. He rules.
He's as cute as your other kid.
Yes,
Yes.
he is. He's quieter than my other kid.
For now.
Nora's still a wild animal, and I love it.
Yeah, well, wait till he's 7 and rampaging around the house.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna
That's
be a
exciting.
blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to talk about some coffee and having kids today.
Yep.
Yep.
What are we cupping today?
Well, because we do not have our shit together still, we're cupping more coffee from Aruba, which is great. It's not grown in Aruba, but it was roasted in Aruba. It's another Kanuku Coffee Roasters special today. And today we're cupping some Ethiopian Yirgacheffe, which just by looking at the ground coffee in my cup, looks like they kind of, they did it like medium, maybe?
Yeah, it looks...
Yeah, so washed. Yeah, and I'm excited. Although this coffee was probably roasted a very long time ago.
It's our specialties, cupping old coffees that we should have done a lot sooner.
Yeah, it wasn't roasted during this quarter of the year, but that's okay. It's kind of fun to see how it holds up, too.
Yeah,
So
and it's a freshly opened bag, so...
yeah,
at
we
least
got that
there's
going
that.
for us. Yeah, open to on is the
Yeah, that's the
good.
metric we worry about here at
Yeah.
the Open Cup.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
don't worry about anything at the Open Cup.
No, it's a worry-free philosophy.
This is a safe space. We chill.
Is it?
I
Is
feel
it-
zen.
Yeah, I mean, I feel safe-ish.
You're always safe with me, Craig.
Well, thanks. I missed you. I'm glad you're back, and I'm glad you're back here roasting coffee for us again. And it's going to be a fun upcoming couple months while you dial in the new roaster further, and we maybe develop some new blends and
I love that.
cup a lot of coffee. So, maybe we'll cup more of our coffee on the podcast. I was out at some wholesale customers yesterday, and it would have been smart if I just grabbed a bag or two of coffee, but I was too nervous to do that. So, anyway, so here's this coffee. It looks great. I'm going to give it a bit of a...
Let's give it a sniff.
Yeah.
I feel like your mic placement is better. We have new mics we're trying. So
Yeah, so it should sound
we'll
less
know-
roomy.
We'll know soon if this sounds better. I'm probably messing with everything by scooting that
Yeah, you are.
up my medieval times lanyard.
Yep.
But maybe we'll be more even now because you're crushing it. You just
Oh, yeah. Well, yes.
your wave forms. They look so good.
That's, that's
I like the shape of your wave, my
That's
man.
what my wife said back when we first met. She was like, "Bro, I like your waveforms." I'm like, "Thank you, thank you."
It's a sonically pleasing situation.
Yeah, I love to be that. Yeah, don't want to be clippy or whatever. I don't know.
I'm not seeing much clipping.
No,
I'm
not
seeing
much
some
clipping.
good-
No.
I just, I'm still a notorious mumbler, so I feel like mine they look like little amoebas. and
I know
yours are
we're gonna
just
have
beautiful.
to. I know. Look at me. I don't think it's the mic placement. I think it's just my diaphragm.
Your incredible lungs.
Yeah, which is very ironic if we were to dive into that, because I've abused my lungs. Ouch.
Oh, that'll sound good.
I've abused that. There's some clipping. I've abused my lungs far more than Kory has, I'm sure.
I think if we try and continue at this pace, we can make it through an entire episode without talking about coffee at all.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say we can make it through an entire episode without talking about Kevin.
No, I don't think we can do that.
No, obviously
That's
not. I let that-
an impossibility.
let that cat out of the bag already. All right, well, anyway, so this coffee, it's mild and
I was
nice.
gonna say, is it weird to call it calm? Like, I just feel like this is a nice. If I had a candle that smelled like this, I would dig that.
We're going to call this the calm episode.
The calm episode. No, we did that one a few episodes, the ASMR one, right?
Oh, shit. All right, well, we can have one of those per season. Next episode, we're gonna have to be like hyper, if you will. Can
we
you
did
even-
one of those too.
Can you say hyper anymore? Is that okay?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, not like in a bad way. Okay, so yeah, smells like a washed Chef. And the thing I like about this coffee already, not that I don't like our washed Chef, is this definitely smells a little like brighter and
Yeah, I'm getting
fresher. We go
like,
darker on ours.
We do. This is giving me like kind of grapefruit,
Yeah, I could see that. Some sort of
a little bitter citrus, but it's very nice.
bitter citrus, blood orange, maybe just the rind.
Blood orange,
Blood
yeah,
orange,
that's
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
I see that.
I like saying.
You're
saying
like a
that.
citrus pro. You always know just the right
Yeah.
citrus to.
Yeah, that's the
Reference.
only basically one of my few food groups.
My
is
wife
citrus.
makes fun of me for how infrequently I eat fruit.
Yeah.
But this last week we got this batch of clementines that were out of this world, and I had so many, and she was really disappointed because they didn't make them a full week, and normally we have more than we need. But I was like, I need 2 a day. And my daughter was the same way. She's like, she had 3 clementines in a row.
Wow.
Over the weekend, and I was like, you're a machine.
Are they clementines are like the easy ones to peel,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I go through a phase where I like to juice like citrus and drink it. And oranges like mess me up. Like when I'm peeling them, like peeling a real orange is like kind of painful.
Oh, I did
when
that.
you do like
busted up my fingernail.
10 of them. Yeah.
Felt like I had one of those undernail bruises for
Ooh.
a really long time.
Undernail bruise. That's my wrestling.
Undernail.
My wrestling name.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming to the ring, Undernail Bruise.
Incidentally, what's fun about this mic is I don't have to stand close to the microphone because
Yeah.
it's with me.
It won't sound like we're pouring coffee in a hallway.
Yeah,
Or
so
pouring water.
I'm gonna come over and get some water,
Cool, it's about time,
All right.
probably.
and you'll be able to hear it now.
We're chit-chatting like we haven't been hanging out for the last week.
Well, I mean, we haven't been hanging out much. I've been out on the road a couple days this week, and I'm just on a weird schedule. Ow. Okay, that's hot. Just got some hot water splashed on my hand.
This is cool. You know,
That's-
before we had these lapel mics, I always felt a lot of pressure to like be entertaining while the water was being poured.
Yeah, now
And now you can just talk about burning yourself and hanging out, and I can sniff this coffee and decide that it also smells a little like vanilla and lavender.
yes, the water itself is entertaining.
Like a little Earl Grey almost, maybe?
Oh,
I feel like when you say vanilla and lavender, you're basically describing Earl Grey, though.
yeah, the Earl. Who was Earl Grey?
I went to school with a guy named Earl Grey.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right.
You caught me in a lie.
I'm gonna start the timer and
Okay,
pour
great.
some water. I'm pouring, being careful not to burn myself.
One burn per season.
Yeah,
Got it out of the way
I'll
fast.
pour for you.
I'm going to try to make a new theme song for each season, I've decided.
Oh wow.
So that's on my radar. I started playing around with it this morning, and it didn't work at all. So
Well, the last one still works.
the last one does still work, but
Oh,
we'll
wow. So I got lemon right away when I sniffed that moist
Look at the
coffee.
vortex from your pour. That
I know,
is-
it's a really nice pour.
it's still swirling.
Mine's still swirling too. I definitely get the citrus now, but
Yeah.
hard.
That's cool. This is really interesting for a washed.
I know.
Like, I almost don't believe it.
Well, maybe washed plus several months in the bag equals a natural.
Yeah, that does smell good, though.
Yeah, it really does. So this variety of Chef, according to the bag, is a Walisho Dega. It was grown at about 1,950 meters above sea level. That's all I got. I will reiterate that the roaster guy that did this is a super cool dude, and I hope he hears our podcast someday. Probably have to email it to him. Anyone that I want to listen to the podcast, I have to email them.
Try doing what I do and just tell your listeners to text you when they hear it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what we're not getting a lot of,
Yeah, I did. I got exactly one text message.
and it was the one we were looking for.
And it was the one we were looking for. Kevin did text me with his new phone number.
I love that. That's great.
You know, a funny story about that. One of mine and Kevin's mutual friends invited us to a birthday camping trip. Kevin, myself, and another one of our friends. But they didn't have Kevin's new phone number.
Oof.
So I was like, hey guys, sounds fun, can't make it. Also, this isn't Kevin's number anymore. And our friend, Brian, just went, oh, hey, cool. Well, whoever you are, if you're available on this weekend, meet me.
I love that.
Hit me up. Maybe we can go camping and hang out.
I feel like that is one way that relationships are formed, is just accidentally texting people like your intentions.
Also, how probably some like identity scams and potential murders are formed.
Yeah, no doubt about that. It'd be cool if this was a coffee/true crime podcast, because I feel like we get a lot more listeners for one thing.
Open cup, closed case.
So that's gonna be season 3. We're gonna start investigating true crime, not like serious crime, but like parking violations and like just minor moving violations.
Yeah. Not walking fast enough on the sidewalk.
Yeah, well, that happens.
Personal crimes.
Yeah. Yes, presumed crimes against me, against my fragile emotional state. Well, I'm really excited to dive into this coffee. One thing I'll say about cupping not super fresh coffee is you don't really have to worry too much about a bunch of stuff floating on top.
Nope, basically did our job for us.
Yeah,
it looks nice. It
does.
Looks light and
does look light.
It smells great. I'm really excited to taste this coffee.
Between my cool vortex pour and the fact that the coffee is all sank already, it's going to be a pretty clean slurping, I'm going to say.
Clean slurping. That's what we like.
Yep. There's a Bob Marley song about that.
I was about to try and mimic that, but no, I'm not going to do that.
We're not going to do that. All right,
we're not going to do that here.
Timer has been ended at 4 minutes, and we are now taking the very few floating grounds off the top of this coffee. There's a couple.
There's a little bit.
Coffee is kind of like tea-like looking.
Yeah. I like the color.
I do too. It's nice. All right, I'm just gonna dive right in.
Some nice swirling happening. This is a very swirly episode. Swirly cup.
Oh, wow. Okay. Talk about Earl Grey. That jasmine is right up. Jasmine? Lavender?
Lavender.
Okay, that's all lavender all the time.
That's good.
It is good.
I like that.
It is.
It is quite, tanniny.
Yeah. Not in a bad way at all, though.
No, I do like that.
No, it has, to me, I feel like the lavender dominates. Not in a bad way. It's kind of unique. I think the tea drinkers among us might really enjoy this coffee.
I get a little, I don't know, maybe strawberry on the sides of my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely light floral.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh.
You've nailed basically what they say their cupping notes are.
I'm joking.
Oh, good.
I can't cough or burp. I'm just in. I'm in limbo.
You're in the. you're in purgatory of the. I don't know the medical term.
My son is still in the very young, like reflexy, spitty uppy baby phase. But he's also started to enter the like extreme drooly phase. And I feel like so often the time this is his state of being where he's just like and we're like, are you choking? And he's like, no more than usual.
It's super distressing for new parents, but you guys are like, this is like round 2 for you, so you're like, oh, whatever.
We're old dogs now.
Yeah,
we just let him choke.
Set him in the corner, let him work it out. It's gonna be puke, drool, or everything's fine. Yeah. Well, I like this coffee. It's definitely has a place in my world.
Yeah, this is good. I would definitely drink this again. I'm glad we have a whole pound of this.
Yeah, we sure. Well, 250 grams
we have 250 grams of this,
which is not a whole pound, but I don't know what that is in pounds.
If you know in pounds what that is, 250 grams. Shoot me a text message.
Yeah, please text us
or email us at whatever email I just set up.
Oh, did you just? Oh,
I did. Yeah, opencuppod@gmail.com. I think it is. So,
wow. Someday we're gonna have to hire someone to manage that email account.
I know. I just put it out in the ether. Now we're gonna be getting like fanfics.
And we don't even know how to open the.
Can you get Thomas the Tank Engine as a guest on your podcast?
Hell yeah. I wish we could.
I actually would like to get Nora in for an episode, even though she can't drink coffee. But she does really like smelling coffee.
Okay.
And she likes to help me brew the coffee.
I'm down with that.
And I would be interested to hear what she has to say.
Yeah, I'm good with that too. Perhaps I can get one of my kids in, one of my adult kids.
I would like that too.
I'd like that too.
I like both of your adult kids.
Thank you. I do too. They're pretty awesome.
You have to meet both of my kids. I don't think you haven't met Gus yet, have you?
No, I've only seen pictures.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I've been bad. I could have come over any time in the last 3 months.
That's
And
okay.
I don't know. I just didn't. I figured that was like your special time with your family.
I would have been happy to have you.
Okay. Well,
But, you know, it's fine.
it's fine. Whatever.
I know how important I am to you.
Dude, you are important to me. So let's not get into that. God.
Well, we're gonna wrap this episode.
Yeah,
up so
we
we
should
can have
really.
a domestic dispute here.
Yeah. Season 2, episode 1, the domestic dispute. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna do more of these, and I promise to get coffee that was roasted this year.
Cool. I am just now realizing that at the end of last season, I came up with the perfect closing remarks,
Right.
but I forgot them.
Yeah.
So I'll have to go back and listen to our last episodes and figure out what
just-
my really clever thing was.
Edit it back in.
Was it? Let's put a lid on it.
Oh, maybe.
that it?
Maybe. Well, let's go with that.
All right, it's time. Let's put a lid on it.
All right. Bye.
Bye.